say, operator?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Lord Zook here, back to another, just a little early stream. I like to wake up and just kind of play a different game other than League, and yeah, I've got a couple I like to go to, but probably one of my favorites here is probably Warframe, because it's especially for me right now, it's my first time really hardcore PC gaming, and I'm very, I've got another MR30 account, and so I've played this game quite a bit. And so it's just, it's a good free game to play with a lot of content. And yeah, basically I can start, getting more familiar with keyboard controls. And, it is a grind though. It's a big grind, but this game is completely free. You can play, you can farm out the in-game currency, the pay for currency, flat. You can farm that. There's ways to farm it, and it's actually not that easy. It's not even that hard. But yeah, right now I'm trying to grind to MR30. It's definitely, a pipe dream at this point, but yeah, just kind of looking at. Let me see. I don't think I can bring it. Okay, yeah. Guys, I'm trying to see. So yeah, we're about to hit. We're gonna hit Mastery Rank 8 here, but if you look at my hours logged, it's barely a day. So, we've just been rushing through. I probably should have, recorded the whole process for you guys, see the start, and I might still, restart, but basically it's pretty simple. You just have to just start off the game and get as far along, complete as many star nodes as you can, and so that's pretty much all you're gonna do. You just want to unlock all of the junctions, and then also you want to just keep building weapons. There's a lot of weapons in the market that are that you don't have to buy, that you don't have to build the blueprint, and you just buy them for credits. And so I usually just go with those. And then otherwise, you just want to stay in the markets and then buy as many blueprints as you can. And yeah, it's not too hard. It just takes a little bit of practice. I wouldn't really worry about doing any long endurance runs. The best way for you to probably get started is just running through the map as fast as possible. And then basically you're going to want to sit on, you just don't want to sit on like a void relic mission or like one of the infested, what are they called? One of the infested nodes that gives you extra XP. I don't even remember capturing that target. Extra XP and what am I talking about? Extra XP and resources. And yeah, you just want to sit on those and get carried by like a high level. Even if you can't really do anything, you just kind of stay there and just kind of like passively gain XP that way. And you just keep doing that until there's also there's a couple other things you can do. You can go to the relays and ask in all chat for an XP boost. Those are pretty helpful. Yeah, the beginning of the game is pretty simple. It's just going to be farming up your basic resources, like credits. Credits is kind of huge right now. I'm like running out of credits because I just keep buying off the market. But yeah, stuff like credits, stuff like no roads right now. That's what I'm farming right now. And just like plastids, rubido, and that type of stuff. There's really no good map to farm neuros. That's why I'm kind of running capture missions, and I just hope I just hope that I'll just find some on the map. It's gonna be pretty hard, but I mean I've run the Earth map so many times I shouldn't really. I'm pretty familiar with it. But yeah, it's pretty much the early game. I mean, I'm still kind of progressing through the star nodes. I've gone into series. Um, yeah, I'd say when you're starting off with your first weapons, you could probably get to Demios, but some of the open world maps might be a little difficult. Um, but yeah, you could probably get all the way to series, which is like your beginning weapons, and then after that you're gonna have to look up kind of and there's a good site for this. It's called overframe.gg. You just have to look up a tier list, and yeah, I'd probably suggest you guys. I mean, there's a couple shortcuts you can take in the game. It just kind of depends on your luck, I guess, in a way. Like prime weapons, all the warframes um, are not mastery locked, and so sometimes you can get a really good prime warframe, and you don't have to buy it, but naturally buying it would probably be you could buy it day one and have a warframe that can carry you throughout through the whole game. But yeah, you can also just farm for it. It's really not that hard to farm for relics. Hardest part is just going to probably be getting to the mission that you can farm the relics from. But then again, there's just all types of farms that you can get. You can just look up, or you can ask people in like the different recruiting tabs. And yeah, this game is just going to take a whole lot of research, and I mean not research, but like you're gonna have to look some stuff up on the wiki, and you're just gonna have to keep track of like where certain items drop. So like right now I'm on Earth. Earth is pretty good for Rubido, pretty good for Neurodes. I think Ferrite. No, what else drops from Earth? It might be Ferrite. I'm not sure. Ferrite, and then one other one. It's not polymers. But yeah, you guys just have to. Pretty much every map is gonna have like one rare material, and then like the other materials just kind of circulate from different maps. Some maps are better to farm than others because they just have better maps, and that they're easier to camp on, but so far I haven't had any problems farming except for these Neurodes, which I can't find any right now. I mean, your best bet probably is just to run this singular mission. I could probably run Sabotage too, and kind of kill two birds with one stone that way, which I might switch up, yeah. But basically, I mean, the drop rates are so low for some of these rare items that it's just your best bet to find them is to just run the map and look for them on the map instead of getting the drops from enemies. Yeah, this is kind of very new for me. I had to change the controls a little bit. I'll probably show you guys what I did. I don't like the controls, the base controls coming into the game, so I had to tweak it up just a little bit. And I highly recommend anybody do this and just kind of just go into like an area space where you can just kind of practice all your abilities and moves and just try to get a comfortable layout. So yeah, it's Detonite, Ampulate, Ferrite, and nav coordinates drop from everywhere. And I think Detonite and Ampule drops from everywhere as well. But yeah, the beginning of the game is really basic. You just kind of run through the maps available to you. You just kind of do the quests that they give you from the junctions, and yeah, that's pretty much all you're gonna be doing for the first 10 or so levels. You could start Duvari Paradox. It's the new game mode that they have. I like Duvari, and I think it is a pretty good start off for your Warframe. It makes it a little bit simpler to get Warframe parts, but at the end of the day, you're still gonna have to come back to the star map and continue farming. So, you know, I thought it could be used as a kind of like a stip, but yeah, it just wouldn't work because you don't get any materials that you need from Davari, and so even if you're farming guns and warframes, you're not going to be able to unlock them because you don't have resources. You're going to have to come back and farm these anyway. So I say, starting off, probably the best thing to do, your best bet is unlocking the star map. That should be like your first goal. Unlocking the star map and getting as many weapons as you can craft it. So there is a catch to the Warframe. Of course, it's completely free, like I said, and you can play everything out for free. There's nothing you have to pay for, no DLC. But there are resource limiters. So you only have a certain amount of inventory slots, a certain amount of Warframe slots, and that pretty much is what's going to limit you, especially early on when you're trying to grind out mastery like this, because you can only have a certain amount of weapons in your inventory claimed at once. And so what I like to do is I'll just build all my weapons and leave them in the foundry. And then when I need, when I'm about to switch, I'll just keep one weapon, one Warframe, or whatever Warframe, whatever weapons you like. I'll keep those, and then I'll just have one slot reserved for just fodder. And so I'll just have those weapons equipped. And then when I master them, I'll just sell them, and then claim another my foundry. I'm getting really on these tools. I should probably use this more. That's what I tell them. Yeah, so the scanner is pretty good. I might just start scanning the stuff. That way it doesn't pop up. And so yeah, my plan here is just to scan all of this, and then eventually these won't be highlighted anymore. And so the only thing on the map that's not highlighted is going to be the stuff that I want. So all I have to do is just equip this, and yeah, I just have to equip this, and then it'll only scan the neuro masters that I'm looking for. But yeah, I'm still grinding in the beginning of the game. Like, I just have a couple. I just have just a lot of weapons. Pretty much mastered already, and so that's why I'm so high in level. But I'm pretty much like any other level 3, level 4, level 5 right now. Yeah, this game is really cool. I think the movement is really nice. It's a really good movement. Like I said, I didn't like the controls of the game. In the base game, the default control mappings were kind of weird for me, especially coming like I'm a hardcore controller gamer, and so I mean. I find a lot of times these key menus, these key binding menus for these games, they just don't have the same UI that a controller does. Like when you look at it, when you go and change the controllers or look up the controls for a game, the controller is going to show you like the controller, and like it's like easily like right in front of you, like squares to reload, X to jump. On like a keyboard, it's just like a long list that you have to look at with a bunch of like text. And I mean, like, it's easy when you know what the controls do. You have some type of understanding, but with no understanding and like really you don't even know how much you're gonna use of like one button. You can't really decide on your key mappings. Uh, Again, I mean, this game is fun for sure. A lot of people complain that there's no end game. There's definitely not an end game. There's no raid system. But you know, I think the developers of this game do a really good job of keeping it updated and you know, making sure there's cool stuff put in the game. Like I mean, the last few primes have just all been game breaking primes, and the last couple of Warframes have been pretty good too. I haven't seen the newest Warframe, but it's definitely. I mean, you know, it's kind of hard when you get to a certain point in the game. Everything just becomes kind of like flood water. Just like what I mean by that is just everything becomes just like really easy, kind of one shot everything. But I kind of like that. I like the experience, like, you know, coming from, you know, level 4s to like level 100, you know, upwards of like 200. It just it's a it's very rewarding. I don't know. Plus, you just look so cool while doing it. And, you know, just kind of zoom around the map. Yeah, super unlucky. I might have to just... I don't know. I guess I could just go farm Oro. I do need Hydroid. I can't even solo Oro right now. Nor do I want to. You know, coming back, some of these bosses early on in the game are actually really difficult. Like Oro, he's pretty much invincible early on. This is like literally Earth is like the map you start with. Council Bay Heck is pretty bad, but everyone else is not that bad. I can kind of just like one shot them with Umbra, but not Oro. Oro takes some actual. I need an actual team. Yeah, see, I can't solo him. Damn. This will probably be the fastest way at this point, since I haven't hit anything here to farm the roads. Damn. But yeah, if you guys want to know what drops on each planet, just like if this you click resource drones here, and once you get to a certain MR, you can actually deploy. You can build these extractors, these drills, and they'll passively mine the resources from a planet for you. You just have to claim it. It's, you know, it's a good passive farm. It's not really. I wouldn't suggest using it as a main farm. I really only use it for like stuff like this, like neurodes and like the rare materials. Damn. I guess I can try and show you guys. So what you do is you just go to one of these relays, hit busy, and then I'm gonna try and just ask in the region chat, the relay chat, see if anybody can bless me with a resource boost. If I really wanted to, I could hop on my other account and give myself the relay blessing, but it's a little too much work this early in the morning, so I'll try and give you guys it's not, you know, Earth Relay is pretty good. A lot of people visit Earth Relay. Usually wherever Barrow's at, it's a really good place to start looking for somebody to And yeah, you guys can just kind of like AFK here, and you'll get a bunch of buffs. There's a damage buff, there's an infinity buff, credit buff. Shield buff. Bunch of buffs. They only last 2 hours though, so just be aware of that. 3 hours. So no response. Okay. Let's go fly somewhere else. And so yeah, you guys just hop around the relays like this. Hopefully somebody might be able to help you. Actually don't even have any relays to go to. But yeah, the beginning of the game, really simple. You just grind. You just grind these junctions and just complete the quests. Follow the codex and just keep building different warframes and parts, as many as you can get your hands on. It's really early, that's why. Ever since I got an Infinity, I can kind of show you guys a good little farm for your early game without even really being too hard. So I forget which quest unlocks it. I think it's once you get to like, I think Jupiter, for sure. After you get to Jupiter, it's actually after you complete the Demios quest. Enter Demios. After you do the quest for them, you'll get a message unlocking this node on Mars. It's called Titanic Task, and I highly suggest you guys farm this first. One of the most broken warframes in the game, honestly, in my opinion, in the game, can easily carry you through the rest of the game. And so that's probably going to be, she's going to be my shoot. Her name's Citrine. The only problem is her farm is just complete trash. It's really time consuming. You just sit here and farm. Again, I wouldn't do this solo. I mean, you could, but it'd be worthless to do it solo. And yeah, guys, even if you're low level and you have no weapons, like, look, guys, I'm using like latch on, kraken, dual use swords. It doesn't even matter. All you need to do is just kind of, well, I'll tell you once the game starts. So we have a Titania, but it's a regular defense mission. It just has it's 2 maps, and so for one wave you'll be over here and you'll fight Grenier. For the other wave you'll cross over and be fighting Corpus. But yeah, during the mission, these resources drop. And you just collect those, and I forget what they're called. They're called fragments, but there's 2 types of fragments. There's, you know, the red fragments and the blue fragments, basically, and you collect those, and then you can use those to go trade back at Demios with I think it's Otak, and that's how you get Citrine. But she's really busted. She has a limited energy. She has really good for defense, at least. I mean, in long survival runs. Just farming in general. Good support. And she's relatively easy to get early on in the game. Like I said, her farm is definitely a grind, because you're just going to be sitting here running around the map doing this, like, you know, to 20 times. But, and I just have no luck getting her parts to drop from the actual mission itself, so that's also hurting the efficiency of the farm. Okay, so these things will spawn all throughout the game, and basically you just gotta pick these up. You don't even have to worry about defense, really. Once you collect like 50 of them, the defense will, the crystal in the middle, which are the objective, will gain a shield, and it will start auto. It will start attacking enemies around it. And so like there's a little ding there, that's the sound that gives you the hint. That's something that's the fragments that spawn. And basically you just run around the map doing this. Ideally you want to get to 50 as fast as possible, and that way you really don't have to worry about the defense. But yeah, starting off is going to be pretty hard. This dude's kind of started it a little early. This is a really good, you know, if you can get a good group, you can sit here for, well, I only suggest sitting here for 4 rounds, because after that, there's no drop rotation for Warframe for another 4 rounds. And so a lot of people, they just reset after 4, so. And like, this is all stuff you guys just have to, you'll have to look up on the wiki. It's really simple. You just look at the mission and it'll tell you exactly what drops from this mission. You can get pretty good relics from here too. There's also a couple weapons in the rotation. But yeah, this is also a good way to farm out the Mars resources. Because again, like I said, you guys this is a really good mission for new players, because you just don't have to you don't have to really kill the enemies. You just kind of run around and collect these. And I found like just even passively just standing here without even killing will get you a good amount of XP. Just keep spamming your Warframe abilities as much as possible, and of course staying alive. And so yeah, once we hit 10 here, we should have an easier time. Bottom is a very, I don't know, he's kind of a locking. He's really good control frame, and so he has a lot of abilities that are like stun or vortex. He's actually really good farming frame. But again, we just have no mods, so this is going to be pretty much your early game, is you're just going to be limited by your mods, and so it's really no point going to farm out XP by staying in a mission by yourself for long periods of time. Even farming like that, I wouldn't suggest, because it's just way quicker once you get to a certain point in the game to start farming. You don't even need to be master rank 30. It's like, I think like around 10 would be high. I mean, whenever you start unlocking the crucial weapons is when you'll start, that's when you'll be able to, you know, easily run through the game. Yeah, the early game, pretty hard, not gonna lie. You just kind of have to play like defensive, I guess, evasive, I would say. Later on in the game, it's just kind of funny, because you just kind of like, you can stand around and like tank infinite amounts of damage. I'd say really good Warframe early on. Probably if you like Citrine, I like Nezza too. Excalibur is probably my favorite. Excalibur is a starter. Excalibur is really good early on because of his Assaulted Blade, and then you also get an upgraded version of him for the story. But guys, just don't be afraid. You eventually, to unlock anything in the game, you eventually have to use pretty much every weapon. Now, you have to use every weapon. That's what Master Rank is. It's just you going through all the weapons and getting the max rank on them. And so don't be afraid to try out different Warframes. If you don't like it, or weapons, if you don't like it, you can just sell it and move on to the next one. You know, there's a whole bunch of tiers, and like I said, if you guys check out overframe.gg, It'll give you a good tier list and really good builds up to get there. But yeah, there are a lot of ways to kind of speed up your ability to run through the maps. Good weapons you can farm early on. Yeah, there's some really good kit guns that you could probably get pretty early. I might work on that. But yeah, the kit guns are pretty overpowered. They're cooler weapons, like I said. But those you get those kind of later on in the game. These weapons I'm using right now, the dual hit swords, I think you can get them from the start. Probably one of the best weapons. Probably one of the best weapons to start with. On the slam damage like this, it'll do heat damage, and on just the slash, the regular melees, it'll do slash, which is really good. And slash and heat. And I don't know how, but I guess like the stance is pretty easy to farm. I didn't have to farm for the stance at all, and I got the stance. So. But yeah, other than that, there's a couple other weapons you could look at. But mainly, you just kind of want to get a Warframe. The Warframe's going to be your carry. Like I said, if you use Excalibur, all the first starter Warframes are easy to grab early on in the game, so you don't have to worry about, missing out or like that. Like even Excalibur, he drops from like I think like the Mars boss, and so I mean you don't have to worry about missing out on those. But I'd say Excalibur's Exalted Blade is definitely one of the strongest early game weapons. I could easily just kill this level 27. But yeah, we're not really here to keep killing. I didn't need to revive. I really shouldn't have revived. Somebody should have picked you up, guys. If you're not really like doing any objectives, just sit there. Like, don't pick yourself up. Especially if you're farming for XP. It just makes no sense. Someone should have picked me up. And so yeah, guys. Even with a game like this, you just run around. It's really run around, spam your abilities. It's really that easy. You really start seeing just your levels go up. Oh my god. Yeah, trust me. Like these guys, like they could sit here and solo. As long as you sit here and just don't just AFK. Sit here and just kind of like throw your abilities around and just kind of farm these fragments, and yeah, you guys will be fine. Nobody's gonna trip, even if they do. Because like I said, this even for high levels, this farm there's just really there's no way around it. You have to run this mission like 14 times. At least 14 times. It's kind of terrible. And I just have like, you can get all the parts to drop from the mission itself, but I just have literally, I got the same part like twice. Very sad. I'm pretty close. I think I'm like one part away. So yeah, in this intermediate, while you're moving from map to map, you'll go through the zone. There's just a bunch of fragments that you have to grab in here. Definitely, I mean, I'm actually not sure how worth it is to sit here and do all that work for like 5 belcher, whatever 5 of the fragments that you're on. But definitely early on, you got nothing else to do, so why not? And it's just that little bit of extra. But like I said, this is such a farm, man. And so yeah, you get your rewards for the round every two defense missions. So after you finish defending this, that will be one rotation. And so the reward drops go like this: A, B, C. And so the Warframe parts only drop on the C rotation, which would be the fourth round, which would be technically your 8th defense. But yeah, I'm just kind of waiting to get to 10 here. That way I'll be able to kind of, I guess I'll say, he kind of throws a vacuum and he kind of absorbs and sucks everything inside. And so it just locks everybody on. Really good farming frame as well. And defense frame. It's just that I don't even think I have any mods equipped on them. But yeah, all this damage that you're seeing, that's just from my abilities. I'm just kind of using my my energy, just kind of like whenever. I can't really do anything else. But yeah, this is a defense mission, but you really don't have to defend anything. You just kind of run around and collect these fragments that drop all over the map. I'm not sure. I think killing enemies makes the fragments drop more often, but I honestly can't even tell. Yeah, I mean, if people start leaving after more than one person, you just go. There's nothing you can do. But yeah, you get 3 people, you might be alright. There's really no point in leaving before 4. I actually makes me upset when people leave before 4. Just because it's like, you're just gonna make me run this like 2 more times, basically. Like, they'll leave after like 3. It's AA, or ABC. It's AABC. But yeah, you just guys, this is the game. I haven't really gotten too many levels. I blame my team, but this is pretty much what you want to do, is just sit here. And then you'll get resource boosters here and there. You'll get other boosters from like your daily logins, whatever. Just kind of make that, plan around that. Start playing around that. But it's definitely a fun game to play. I really do like Warframe. I mean, I don't know how a raid system would look on here, but even being vastly overpowered it's still pretty cool. I mean, you just can't take this grind away for nothing, right? And I think a lot of people, they get upset because of the build times and everything. But really, if you think about it, you're not gonna. I can't even imagine farming more than Warframe and like anything short than 3 days. And so what you do is, it really is just not about how long it takes for it to build. It's just about how many you're building at the same time. And so it's just going to be very hard. If you're building like 6 weapons at a time, you could possibly get that done in a day, but like it's still 6 weapons that you're building. It's not like you have to wait on one weapon for like 24 days or one warframe for 3 days. It could be like one warframe every. You could get a warframe every other day. It really only takes like one warframe. I mean, one warframe to farm a day. It only takes 1 day to farm one warframe, and that's pretty generous. It might not even take you that long for the primes. The primes are very vastly easy. Like they're just super easy to farm, and it's mainly because of the recruiting tab. You can just kind of go into the recruiting tab and say, "Hey, I'm farming." There's a format that you type, and yeah, you basically get into a squad full of people farming the exact same part as you, and it increases your chances of getting the part, and definitely makes the game super easy to get to late game stages. But I mean, I could do that. I could, but I'm kind of trying to get weapons right now in my master rank up. I want to get to this. I want to get to the star chart right now. And yeah, this is only like really like my second attempt at trying to get to MR as fast as possible. It wasn't it wasn't terrible. I'd probably say you definitely need a little bit of help. It's kind of touch and go. Some people might be willing to help you, some people might, but you might get somebody that's willing to just kind of taxi you. Just with the tail is taxiing. So when you want to get to a place, but you're not there on the star chart, you can ask for somebody in the chat. Basically, you ask for a taxi, and they'll just take you to the map, and they can do it for you easily. Like I said, when you get to the higher levels, the game is really like water. It's like breathing. Yeah, so this is Bastille. It's two different parts. So this one loads up this, which will elevate enemies and I think maybe their armor or something. And then after, when the cooldown is low, it'll turn into this vacuum. That's everything. That's everything in. Oh. Alright. I hate being the only person collecting, but yeah, I mean, let me just tell you, like, I haven't played this in like a couple days, so I'm kind of like fresh. If you sit here long enough, it's just, wow. See that? I mean, that's not a problem since it's, the first three rounds, but if I really need the last 16 part. I'll tell you guys, don't buy the citrine parts until you have enough for all of it, because you're just going to keep farming like this, and you don't want to farm for a part twice, not this part. Some Warframe parts, I mean, really you're going to have to farm for it twice eventually. What is that? Eventually you're going to have to farm for every Warframe again, so you can unlock one of its abilities on your other frames, but that's like way later. And again, Warframes just really aren't that hard to farm. It takes me longer to level a Warframe and to farm it. Sometimes. reserved for LeBron only. Like, that was. Yeah, if you guys hold these melees out, you'll be able to block bullets. It's not reliable though. I wouldn't trust it. I would just run as fast as possible, to be honest. Yeah, we're getting to the point where this is the last mission. Hopefully I can. Well, no, it's not. I mean, this is the last mission, so we don't even have to worry about anything. Actually, we might be all right. Really, I mean, we've all been really good at camping. There's no standards now. This is where all your damage is going to come from. I think now, yeah, now we're speaking. Now we're talking. This is Warframe. I wish there was a faster way. Like, I still don't have a button map for my activated powers, but I'll try and break this down as fast and simply as possible. Especially if you're like a controller gamer, so I'll just kind of like show you guys a little. I can't honestly. I don't believe anybody plays Warframe on the PC with the default key bindings. I highly doubt it. And so it's kind of like why did they make them like that? But I'll try and show you guys here right after this mission. Yeah, you guys see, we're just, I mean, we're not even really doing that much damage. We're just kind of running around, capturing these little fragment pieces. And then,
5 minutes.
Alright, bro. Have a good day. I said, have a good day. Kids going back to school. You're not a kid. That's not a kid. Yeah, I'm hoping with school starting like this, League will get a little bit better. I'm probably gonna start another stream later on. I'm gonna have to go like take a little break, go to the gym. You know, don't protect your health. You're just, you know, I don't know what I was going for there, but yeah, I mean, guys, just go to the gym. I mean, you don't even have to do anything crazy. You just go run a mile, especially if you're young. If you're young, it's just, there's no reason not to just go out and run a mile. A mile is nothing. You don't even have to go in there to be, you know, physically, you know, you just kind of want to make sure. Like, I always think about it, like, and I'm, this is definitely an extreme, but I always think, like, okay, if an apocalypse starts, like, who's gonna be the first people, you know, I don't want to say first people checking out, but like, you know, there's gonna be some skills that you guys have to, you know, and also it's just really good for your body. I mean, I'm tired. I'm kind of tired. You know, I wake up kind of early to go to the gym, but that's just because I don't like, you know, I like to be in the gym alone. That way I can kind of focus, do my workout really fast, and then get out. But I don't even spend like an hour in the gym. See, that's crazy. I won't complain. I won't complain. That's crazy. But yeah, you guys see it. We got like 90 from that mission. You get like around 100, 110 good runs. I'm kind of showing you guys. Let's see. Let's go to. See if I can get a resource lesson.
love you. Thank you for waking us up, babe.
No problem.
Love you. Have a
It's definitely a